In today's episode, we're going to do contract evaluation, and we're going to look at a contract that one of you guys sent me and you really questioned whether it was legit or not. And for those of you who have not gotten a contract like this will help you be able to identify a contract like this is actually beneficial for you or not. And we're starting now. All right, guys, so I felt it necessary to give a little content and context behind this video before I actually get started, to give you contrast to what actually is going on. See, I didn't have this information when I originally made this video, but now I do, which was people are now contacting producers and scamming them out of their money. And what I mean by scamming is offering services and things like that, unsolicited emails, in order to get as much money from you as possible, knowing that you more than likely won't go anywhere with it. See, what we've come to understand is right now there's over 500,000 to close to 1 million musicians in the world, or aspiring musicians. And so there's a money grab because people are understanding that people now tend, and everyone wants to become musicians. Music is running the world, guys. So after I found this out, I really could see the contract for what it was, which is a money grab. It was an unsolicited email that was sent to one of my subscribers, asking you to pay them $2,000 to distribute your music. Now, there's much more I can add to this, but I want you to check out this video and really watch, and also pinpoint things that you notice in this contract as I say that I might not be hitting on. I really want to see how much you guys are paying attention and see what you catch as well. So with that said, let's delve right in. What we're going to do is we're going to blur the company that actually sent this contract over to this particular person. We're not going to identify that particular company or its associates, but we will identify Universal Music Group because that is the key and the core behind this contract, and what also makes this contract seem so tempting. And the reason why I say that is because when you see certain names like Universal Music Group or Warner Records or Aftermath or Interscope, and you see those names tied into a contract or affiliated in some way, fashion, or form, it instantly makes you think and makes you feel like I'm going to be affiliated with this particular company as a whole. Now, where that may or may not be true, be based on the language of this particular agreement, and it also becomes very attractive. Now, before I even read this particular contract and go through the whole measures of it, and I'm going to shorten the whole reading of the contract and get the key points, I will say to you, do not allow at no point in time the names of a major label or company to deter you from being able to read through the fine print and making sure that it is a great opportunity for you. Please look past the major names. Don't just look at the names. Look at what is being offered to you and if it makes sense to you. Now, with that being said, I'm going to delve right into this contract. So basically it says this is an agreement. It goes into the recital, and the first thing that you want to look at in the recital is this is a collaboration agreement with the unknown record label and you, the artist. Okay, and the number one thing that he identified in his email was that he didn't consider himself an artist. He's actually a production company and or a producer. So that was the first thing that red flagged him, and it should, honestly, because you're not an artist, then a lot of this stuff does not apply to you, what I'm going to be reading. So it says that basically a collaboration agreement between this particular company and said artist and music distribution via the major label. And it says, one, the label will distribute artists' singles, EPs, albums, soundtracks, etc. for life. Now that is a key statement right there. First and foremost, if you are not an artist, okay, if you're only a producer and this is not a production deal, this is not applicable to you or applicable to you if you are not looking to release instrumentals or instrumentation. Okay, there's no reason to have a distribution deal if you don't plan on having an artist on your music or your particular track that you will be personally publishing or distributing. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to identify. The benefit behind it, I would say, because I'm gonna give you the pros and cons, is that this agreement says that it will distribute your singles, okay, plural, EPs, plural, albums, plural, soundtrack, singular, etc. for life. That means everything that you put out will be distributed by this particular company, and they're saying Universal Music Group will be the distributing company for life. Great thing. All right, that would be great if you were an artist. Again, producer, completely different. Number 2, we'll pay $2,000 for unlimited album releases via this company and their distribution deal with another unmentioned company. $2,000, guys. Let me say this to you. And let's not even do that. Let's not even go there yet. Let's continue to read before I give you that. However, $2,000 is a lot of money. And you pay $2,000 just for distribution, and I'm pretty sure distribution will consist of only digital distribution, unless it outlined here that they will be actually pressing and printing CDs or albums or vinyl or something like that. $2,000 is a lot of money to be getting a distribution deal, especially if there's no marketing involved. So let's go here. It says that payment to be made. Basically, it says information will be entered upon artists selecting payment terms, which consist of pay in full, payment plan, or investor. Unmentioned company will provide press releases showcasing the artists. Once per quarter, artists will be allowed to see the download, sales, streams, documents for their songs to determine if monies are owed from such and their affiliates, and that they set a $500 threshold on the songs, meaning that once the song has earned at least $500, then they will distribute that money to you. Now we're going to skip past a lot of this stuff here, but we're going to go to the key parts and I'm going to find it real quick. But it says, keep in mind your royalties are also earned and paid to you via your membership with BMI and ASCAP, etc., etc. That's basic terminology. If you haven't signed up, etc., etc. So artist retains 100% of the download, sales, and streams revenue after gets their cut of 30%, which covers the distribution to over 2,000 worldwide digital outlets, a 70-30 split versus the industry standard 66-34. Artist agrees to release the music once sent to blah blah blah. This does not, however, mean the artist cannot release the song on their own to other places. Artist is 100% free to do what they want with their song. This is just another avenue to promote their song. So-and-so company does not own the artist's image, name, merch, or anything else pertaining to the artist. So-and-so company only has the right to use artist's image to market and promote the artist's song. Blank company has permission from the artist to promote artist's music. The artist owns the masters. If artist is using any samples or unauthorized music, the artist must provide the license for that song. And it just goes on and on. However, what I will say just initially from what I've read in this particular, because it's only a 3-page agreement, is basically this is just simply a distribution deal. However, the key behind a distribution deal is, here's something very pivotal to this particular agreement, which is this particular company says they will send the album/songs to release the day all info is received and reviewed for final preparation with. This takes 30 days from the date of submission to. In the event that artist popularity increases substantially due to growth, music goes viral, etc., this particular company will assist in getting you booked, live performances, appearances, hosting club appearances for the best possible rate, as well as shopping you to renowned booking agents. Should the label provide a booking agent, the artist will take 50% and the label will take 50% of all booking monies for the length of the contract with the booking agent. This is optional for artists. All sales are final. If a disagreement should arise, artists and this particular company will split the cost of mediation and or arbitration to be held in the jurisdiction of basic California. So I found that part to be very interesting because, again, this is a distribution deal. However, what they're saying is that if you go viral, and doesn't say how or why you might go viral, maybe from their promotion or something that they plan on doing, which again isn't very clear when it comes to this particular contract. And what I basically see in this contract is it's basically you paying them to get your music distributed and utilizing Universal Music Group as the distributing factor. The pros and cons to this becomes real simple. If this is actually a legitimate contract and you having Universal Music Group distribute you to all their outlets, of course that is beneficial, right, to be able to have that particular company name backed with your distribution. However, if this company is not doing anything for you, if they're not marketing and promoting you, if they are not obligated, because they're not obligated in this particular situation. When you read in contracts like this, what I did not see in this was an obligation to market or promote you, which means that you're spending money hoping that this company will market or promote you, but the verbiage simply states that you basically own your images and your artwork or whatever you own or that you provide to them if they decide to promote you. There is no said agreement, or excuse me, there is no for sure statement in this that says they will be marketing and promoting you. So therefore, what it boils down to is that you are paying for someone to distribute your music on your behalf. They're basing this agreement on the fact that it says Universal Music Group on it, which basically makes this enticing to a person. And if you've never been signed with a major label for distribution, then of course that will be the determining factor for you. But however, what I'll say to you is this twofold. This company seems to legitimately have the right to say that they are utilizing two different, well, it seems like this is basically a third-party distribution agreement or deal, meaning that this particular company has an agreement with another company who actually has the distribution rights given to them by Universal Music Group to use their distribution. And so what it seems and comes off as if that there is three different companies that's going to get paid within the realm of your music that you're paying for. First payment is that $2,000 that you're giving them for the life of all your music, okay? And that was very clear. The other part of it is that it says that Universal Music Group will take 30% off top for their basic services, I'm assuming. So at this point in time, what I would say, just given this light reading and not really delving in too much of this particular situation, is that if you don't feel that you can distribute your own music through all the resources that I've always provided you, and I'll provide you resources in the link in below. I'll actually send you to a company. Matter of fact, I'll do one better for you because everyone knows about DistroKid. Yes, DistroKid is a great digital distribution outlet. However, TuneCore can do everything that they're saying that he's offering you now. If you're going to spend $2,000, spend your money with TuneCore. Go in the link below. You'll get 20% off of your initial purchase for anything that you want to do with TuneCore, but it's the same thing. And that's the thing, guys. Again, a lot of us want to be signed and want to feel like by saying I have a distribution deal with these particular companies that it's going to enhance something about your product when it's not. At the end of the day, your job will still be, if you use Universal Music or any other major distributors' resources, you're still going to have to market and promote it, because unless that contract stipulates that they're going to market and promote you and that they want to be recouped from it, there is no other real benefit behind it. Now, again, it's up to you on what you want to do. You want to spend the $2,000 and have someone distribute your music for you, and all they're obligated to honestly do is distribute your music with the wording that if they choose to market and promote you, which boils down to a basic comes out to being, well, if you become popular or if you've self-promoted yourself and become popular and then we want to piggyback your promotion, we then will utilize the fact that we helped you in some way, fashion, or form to then acquire a booking agency or shows or things of that nature, which now we want 50% of. And that's the thing, guys. You really have to weigh whether it's beneficial to you. Now, again, I can't tell you which way to go in this, but just based on the common verbiage of what this has, says to me it is not really as beneficial for you, and it's something that you can honestly do for yourself if all this is actually going to be as a distribution deal. Listen, 2,000 distribution outlets mean absolutely nothing if it's not vinyl or pressed or CDs, and if none of that was said in this, that there was going to be pressed music at all. I think all of this becomes digitally sent out. And in all honesty, how do you market and promote to 2,000 different digital outlets? And if you're part of 2,000 different digital outlets or marketing platforms, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be jumbled up with the other artists and producers and music and records, wherever that platform is. And if you're not promoting it, it's not beneficial to you. However, again, if you don't feel like you're capable of distributing or finding a company that can distribute your music, then this may work for you. It may be a good look. It may look good on your credits or credentials to say, hey, you know, Universal Music Group is distributing my music. But there also may be a breach within that statement because you don't have a deal with Universal Music Group. You have a deal with a subsidiary of a subsidiary, and that's what this really boils down to. So guys, really pay attention to contracts and really read. Make sure that you understand what is actually going on before you spend your money. And in this situation, I'm going to advise against it. I wouldn't do it myself personally. Just many different factors, and that's without me even reading into or researching the company itself. But if you're looking for music distribution and you really want something that will be beneficial to you and you don't have to worry about paying for extra things like YouTube Content ID, you want to be able to make money off your YouTube content, you want to be able to keep your music up yearly and not have to be worried about paying yearly fees, a true distributor should get paid when you get paid. That's how the music industry worked. That's how distribution worked. The distributor would put all their resources up front and distribute your music and get it where it needs to be. And then if you made money, they made money. That's how it typically worked. So if you're looking for that, guys, look in the description below. We are now offering distribution. I've teamed up with UMG Germany and we have you guys' best interest. They have you guys' best interest. And I'm learning so much more with them within understanding this new digital distribution platform. Like I told you, each one teach one, and I'm about that. And I'm also about being honest and telling you when I've come to understand and learn something new. So just be careful about signing up to these distribution platforms and people who are giving you deals that just look so right, okay, and it looks so good and it seems like a great deal. It's always something behind the curtain if they're not being straightforward and transparent, guys. But if you're looking for music distribution, if you're looking for a way to capitalize off of your YouTube content and you can't, or your music or your tight beats or anything like that because you don't have enough subscribers or you're not getting enough watch time views, then just check out us and the link, check the link out in the description below. Sign up, guys. We're going to make this, we're not going to offer this to everybody. But if you're interested, do that and we're here to help you. With that said, guys, remember always, music is life. We out.